Had a bit of a hiccup with the Wi-Fi. Try again. Evening, Seb. How are you? Dan, Emily, evening. Are we live? Are we working or not? Not working on my iPad. Is it working for you? Hi, Bro Poo. Come on. Restart. Restart. Silly YouTube app. Right. Let's try again. There we go. Looks like we're live. We are live. I changed my profile pic. Nice, Emily. Well, thanks for coming by, Bro Po. And I'm new, just going to sub. Well, thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the stream. You might learn something, you might not. It's free. Shane, evening. How are you? Nice. What are you going to go bash with? You're already subbed. That's weird. Well, can't miss out on a good channel, can you? Hi, Stu. Possibly. Yeah, we do go out with Kevin sometimes. Dan, how is everybody? I've got some work to do on the rival. I've just been editing the video for this. Trying to get it done for Sunday. I haven't been well this week, though, so I haven't had much chance, really. I've had some early nights because I have been a little bit unwell, but it is what it is. So I'll try and get it done for Sunday. If not, probably Wednesday. Stuck in Trees, evening. And this video that I've been editing is just for you, Stuck in Trees. CSL, Dan. Creating e-Revo 2.0. My son can drive like crazy, 3 years old. That's brilliant when they can drive but young, because they just get better as they get older. e-Revo 2.0 is something I'm quite interested in that car as well. It's just those rear tire rods, or whatever you want to call it. But I think RPM do a mod for it, don't they? As I'm aware, if I'm correct in that. Get a cup of tea. I don't drink hot drinks, though. I drink ice cold. So this is my favourite tipple. Am I going to take a look at the new associated MT8? I am intending to. Unfortunately, it doesn't come out in the UK until about January time, I think. January, February time. So it's coming out in the US way before us, which is good in one way and bad in another. Hello, son. Bad in a way that I'd like to get it and, you know, be doing some proper reviews with it before anybody else does. But that sucks. But good in a way that other people can do the reviews and tell us whether it's going to be any good. Save me buying a potential lemon. But on paper, the rival MT8 looks like it could be a killer. Absolute killer. Kern, evening, how are you? I'm good. Well, I'm feeling better now. Not been feeling great earlier in the week, but ice cold is bad. I usually get cold that way. No, I love ice cold. Chills me all the way down. I do follow Raz, yep, aka the Speed Channel as it used to be called. Evening, Frosty Mug. How are you? Wrenching on the rival MT10, which Callum abused it. It withstood my bashing, but not Callum's. And everyone says Callum's the better driver. I beg to differ sometimes. The rear link delete conversion is only for the version 1 e-Revo. You've got to use a step drill bit to make the bearing fit in the... Oh, they've never brought out one for the V2. That's a shame. Hello, evening, Kevin. How are you? Big Rock's good. It's just we just don't have the weather and the location to do it at the moment. It's all ready to go. It's prepped, geared, motor, ESC, power, all ready to do 110 miles an hour. But it's just winter now, so the ground's damp and wet and horrible. Evening's closing, it gets dark, it starts getting dark here at 4 o'clock. So yeah, not the best time of the year. So we've got to really wait, unfortunately, until the spring before we get the big rock back out. Outcast AX, EXB or X-Max. That really depends on what you want to do with it and what you expect from it. They're both great rigs, but for bashability, durability, out of the box, the X-Max just wins hands down, in my opinion. You can beef up the Outcast, but then it just gets heavy and heavy and heavy. And you know, a mate of mine's got a Super M2C beefed up Outcast, and it still fails at the silliest of things. You know, sometimes it'll be the rod ends will just break because of the weight. But you know, they're both, but it handles better than an X-Max. So it depends what you want to do. I'm good, Dave. Yourself? Well, I say that. I haven't been well at the beginning of the week, but yeah. Raz is ripping it hard. I think Kev has no chance. Well, Raz is fortunate enough to have the road or the runway. You know, the same. We're just stuffed over here in the UK with. I haven't watched his latest one. I know he's trying to do a four motor car now. But we just, you know, we just don't have the facilities in the UK. I think Kev's trying to get access to somewhere else. But it just sucks in the UK getting decent roads long enough to do those sort of speeds. Hi Kenny. Would I recommend the MT10? 100%. Great car. I have one gripe though, one little niggle. That's the body clips. It does spit out body clips like you wouldn't believe. That's my biggest gripe with it. I just bought a bag of 100 body clips off of eBay. I think it cost like $5.99 or $3.99 for a bag of 100 of them. And just make sure you got those because you will need them. But apart from that, MT10, it really is a great bashing car. You can't fault it. You know, yes, we've broken this, but it's taken some proper abuse. And for the price, you can't beat it for the price, in my opinion. Creighton EXB, very nice, Anton. What system are you putting in? Just out of curiosity. Let's get started on this car though, because otherwise we'll be here all night. So on this one we have broken a front hub. As you can see there, it's a little bit wibbly wobbly. And we've broken the front bulkhead as well. So I'll turn you guys down a bit so you can see what's going on. So we get all this taken apart. You can get in there. Yeah, there you go. Bars and Tone says the same thing. He's got the Outcast and the X-Max. If you just want to send it. And people argue all day long, you know. I like both. I like our Outcast, but it doesn't come out that often because I'm scared of breaking it and the costs involved. Ours is broken at the moment, actually. Yeah, it blew out a CVD for not that hard a bashing. So we were just driving around in the woods and it blew out a CVD. The Outcast was so close. Yeah, Anton, I picked up one too. Did you get that on a good deal? Did you get that on the pre-Black Friday? I haven't looked at Amazon's, Horizon, see if they were doing any actual Black Friday deals. I might have to have a look. Edinburgh Flight Museum will let you £200. Will let us what? Yes, Edinburgh's all the way. We're down south. Edinburgh's about 400 miles away from us, so it's a bit far to travel if that's for the runway. And Max say if you haven't ordered it already and you can push to it, I'd go Max 6 1650. The Max 8 2200 kV, which I'm presuming you've got, will work. It's just at the limit of what it can do. And if you do it, make sure you solder. I would suggest soldering on the extra caps that come with it. Just finished my setup for my Creighton 6S EXP MMX8 and Hobby Wing 1650 on 6S. Great setup, Sarge. Great setup. Yeah, 1650, and you know, don't get me wrong, the Max 8 will work, so I'm not going to say don't, you know, if that's all you can afford and everything else like that, then the Max 8 is fine, it will work. It's just right on the limit of what the Max 8 is capable of. So I would highly recommend putting those, if you can, putting those cap packs on it. I got it on the pre-Black Friday sale for $320. That was an absolute steal, that price. Wish they did that over here. Really do. I'd have bought another one, even though we got technically two. I'd have bought a third one, even just for the spares. This is fairly easy to work on. Look at that. Could have done this in the field if I'd have had the part. Oh, mustn't forget there's a little shim on there. Look at that. You can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. But this looks all okay. Bearings in there. I'm going to whip that screw out as well. I think a lot of people bought them, but at that price you can't really knock it, can you? Oh, it's this bit here that's broken, not this bit. I thought it was that bit that's broken, but it's not. I didn't need to undo that long screw. Duh. Now, how does it go on? Do. Looking around, seeing how it goes on. That goes through there like that. And screws into there. I thought we were easy peasy. I got to the bit that was broken, but I haven't. It's not the sub. I'm hoping I bought the right bit then. I think I have, because it all comes, yeah, it all comes in this stuff. Yeah, my only other gripe with the Team Associated is you have to buy so many bits just to get the one bit you want. That is a little bit of a frustration. Forza, hi, how are you? Gary? Addicted. I have money to spend and my shop is 10% off today. I can't decide what to buy. Just close your eyes and pick something. I wish some of our shops would be a bit more into the Black Friday, but I have bought a load of stuff today. Spent far too much today. I've bought 2 new cameras, hopefully, and loads of lipos. So Black Friday is a good day, but it becomes an expensive day. Alistair, evening, how are you? I'm getting better, the pin is out, but I only have about 10. Oh yeah, how's the hand, Addicted? Forgot about that. Nick Balker, like most Black Friday deal, costs the same as it was a couple of months ago. Yeah. Yeah, some people do inflate before and then drop it back down. Dan's bearded. Matthew Sim, how are you, buddy? Bought the Harvey EXP in the Black Friday sale on Make It Build It. Got a Max 6 combo, 22th pinion to go in that. Very nice, Ian. You can, it will quite happily take a, that will quite happily run on a 23 tooth pinion as well with that combo because of the smaller wheels. So if you do need a bit more power, you can go all the way up to 23. After 23, you're pushing the motor mount a little bit. You may be able to squeeze a 24 in if you trim the motor mount a bit, but you can get up to a 23. I used to run ours on a 23. Not too bad, Dan. I've been a bit under the weather beginning of the week. Been diagnosed with something called diverticulitis, which is a bit of a pain in the backside. I think it's from those pizzas I've been eating. Speaking of which, I just can't eat it at the moment. It's not fair. Bought another one, but I can't eat it. And I did get my other glasses. Waffle evening, how are you? And to all our American friends that are in the stream, happy Thanksgiving for yesterday. All the side bashers. Battling with buying the infraction from Amazon. I've been battling with that as well. It's a deal. You can't, it's just, you know, that is cheaper. My V1 infraction, which I bought, 18 months or so ago now. I had to dig out the receipts for our outcast. I came across that one. I paid $589. So that at 4, I think it comes out at $532. When I pay $589 for the V1, if you haven't got one or you need another one, I can't say don't do it because you ain't going to get a better deal than that. No, I think it's Insta360 is the brand. I thought it was a 360 cam as well, but it's not. But it's made by Insta360. So go figure. So yeah, I have bought an Insta360 Go 2. It's hopefully coming. I've also just ordered, which will hopefully get this time. It'll be the second time I've ordered it. Is a new GoPro Hero 10 because our 8 has got a little chip. I don't know whether you guys have noticed it. In our videos, I probably shouldn't point it out because if you hadn't noticed it, you're going to notice it now. We've got a little blur just on the left-hand side, upper left-hand side, which is driving me insane on the editing. And it buggles me because it's got a little chip out the screen. And because it's a Hero 8, you can't replace the lens screen, so it has to go back. They will replace it. But that means it would be that camera because the Hero 9 that I've got has the audio popping issues. So I can't use that because it goes on the audio, and that drives me insane when I'm editing it. And I know it drive people insane when they're listening to it. So I need to get a new camera so I can send the Hero 8 back. If I send the Hero 8 back, I may just keep it. But anyway, I'm waffling. Pizza. Yeah, I'm on antibiotics for it. I'm going to get this flare-up come down. The sweet chilli one is nice. I love their pizzas. So I've got a triple pepperoni one, which is really nice. Barbecue chicken is really nice as well. As is, as you say, Emily, the sweet chili chicken. And is the barbecue meat feast. So yeah, I really like their pizzas. And they were £1.50. They've just gone up to £1.75, which is a little bit annoying, but even at £1.75, they're an absolute bargain. Yes, they probably are, Gary, but I'm just so used to the GoPros, the settings and the software and goodness knows what else, so they probably are. It's just an unknown to me, looking at them. and how I'd use them potentially. I think they are better. But it's also the stabilisation and I've got the spare batteries, I've got all the mounts and everything else like that. I've got all for the GoPro. So for me to switch to try a new camera out of that price range, if the 10's a dud, I'll end up switching. There's no question. But I've got to give it one more go. That's very nice. And look, they put on. Actually, I don't know whether you can see that. Actually, tell you which side it is. Although I would say this is the right-hand side as I'm looking at it, but it's the left-hand side from the rear. There you go. But I know it's left because the one I'm taking off also says left. And if it was the other side, it would say right. So I know I've got the right one because it's the left one. Now I just got to remember it goes back on. Do-do-do. It's on like that. First time I'm really working on this car. Prices went up because we've got everyone buying them. Yeah. Hello, Jack. Is that part of my... I bought those weeks ago. Well, I say weeks ago. I bought those before I had my issue, Jack. But I can eat those. I've just got to be a bit more moderation on eating certain types of food, i.e. more fibre. So Dave, do you want the one chip challenge chip just to ignite out the address, send it and assume I can send that from the USA, no issue? Yeah, I'll give it a go. Hopefully my issue will settle down. The Hero 9 works, it's just a lot of them have, whether you've come across it, you might be fine, but a lot of them, a hell of a lot of them have what's called an audio popping issue. Ours was fine for about the first 6 weeks and then it developed it. So it just makes it a nightmare. Waterside bashers. I think I just need to do it and get forgiveness from the wife when it turns up. It's too good of a deal at 571 to pass up. Have a look. Price might have dropped, and when you go to put it in the basket, it drops even more sometimes. The cheapest I've seen it at on the link that I've got on the challenge on the community page, I think it's been down at 532 when you get it to the basket. There is also, I'm not going to say you will get it, but there is also a possibility you get the deposit back for the import, because if they don't get charged import, they pass you back to you in 6 months' time. Don't, in which case you'll get it even cheaper. You did hear GoPro, Jack? Yes. I've ordered a GoPro 10. James RC UK, hi, how are you? And Noah's RC, did I see him coming? Yep. Hi, Noah. Mounts all fit the same tab system. We have boxes of both, and I refuse to use the GoPros if the shop man. Okay, well, I'll bear that in mind, Gary, going forward. Like I said, I've ordered the 10 now. If it doesn't turn up, it's the second 10 I've ordered. We might consider the new Action 2 or whatever it's called. Oh. Mrs. Big Rock only got me a pepperoni tonight, Dave. Oh, Mrs. Big Rig, sorry. Only got me a pepperoni tonight, Dave. Now as to create your own. Oh, I love the as to create your owns. I've got to stop eating pizza, that's my problem. But it is my diet, as Gary pointed out. Well, not too bad, Noah, how are you? Job tonight is fixing... First job is fixing the Rival MT10. I've got to get down into the guts of it soon. Change the front bulkhead, but I thought we'd do the easy bit first. before I then start concentrating on finding out how to get into this front bulkhead, because I've not done that before. But we have broken the front. I say we, it's a raw we, because it was Callum, and there's potentially some clicking, so I might have to open up the rear and have a look at that as well, but I need to find out if it's still doing it once I've opened up, because the drive shaft's all moved around and everything in there. It's a bit of a mess in there where Callum broke it. Didn't you, Callum? Right. Next is this bit, but why can't I find the bit that goes in there then? It's not, oh, is that it? Potentially. Put my other glasses on, have a look. No, that's a slidey plastic bit, so I don't know where this bit's come from. Where does this bit come from? I ask. Got this bit here, which looks like it should go in there, but I know it doesn't, because it hasn't got it on this side. It's got a plastic bit on this side. It looks like a plastic. Maybe it isn't a plastic bit. Let's take that bit out and have a look, Ski. Problem is chatting, not that I'm moaning about chatting, but chatting and not looking at what you're doing means you miss what bits go where sometimes, and you suddenly come back to it and you go, what's that bit doing there? Well, it's handy sometimes having somebody to read the comments while you're working. Come on. Why are you not coming out? Do. Here's my prodder. Look at that then. Not that one, it's definitely this one. Oh, come on. Don't be painful to me. Right, do it the hard way. Come on. This bit's supposed to be the easy bit. Okay. No, definitely a plastic bushing in that side. Do not be a pain going back in. I love the rivals going downhill. Right, in which case I've potentially lost a bit. But this must be the bit that goes in there. Because where else would this bit go? Because that goes in there like that, like that. We have a shim for one part of it, part that broke, which is the top part. We don't appear to have a shim for the bottom part though. Interesting. We do have one that goes in the top, like thus. That goes in there. We didn't have one for the bottom. Right, what we got going on? Russell 4x4 VXL. I've been thinking about the 1/16 one of those. The is it the Russell or the the Revo 1/16? How long have you been doing RC stuff, Dave? On and off, a long time. Back into it big time in the last 2 years. My first car was back in 1993. I think it was a Tamiya. But then I didn't do anything. And then when I had the boys, 14 years ago, got back into it, bought myself an E Savage, and we had built a Tamiya for Jack, and then Callum had a Maverick. Pop the rear top cover first to see this Burke edition. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Gary. I don't know whether the Spur's gone or not. There was definitely some clicking. Maltz RC, WTF RC, evening, how are you? Hoping to get out this weekend, Noah. Just waiting to see what the other guys are doing. If not, I'll go local again. We're all reading them now. Yeah, no. Not yet, Emily. Gonna have another go this weekend, though. Fingers crossed to find one. Got to find one now before they stop doing it. Broken the front hub and front bulkhead. Evening, I'll see you next Tuesday. Is that Jay or Billy? I'm guessing Jay. All good here, thank you. Should spin it around like that, shouldn't I? There you go. And what it is, I've got on this other side, it's got a plastic bit in there, but I've got this bit, which isn't plastic, it's metal, and the only place it can go is in here. But that is then opposite to what's, I've got a plastic one on this side rather than a metal one on this side, which I've not taken these apart before. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But there's me putting it back together without the drive shaft in it as well. then I'm only got this for the top, not for the bottom. Which surprises me a bit. It looks like it's missing bits and mixed up bits. It's Jay. Oh, evening, Jay. Yours both, but yeah, well, this side's plastic, and I've only got on this side. I've only got one metal sheath, which is in the top, wasn't in the bottom, and the bottom was still connected, but no metal sheathing in there. It's a little bit annoying. Doesn't look like it's been wearing. It's pulled a little bit there, but that's strange. That size plastic. And maybe I've got a car that was halfway between its changeovers in plastic parts and metal parts. I've got a feeling that should definitely have it's got a slop otherwise, look at that. Great. And they don't put the spare parts in here. So I'm missing that. And it's not fallen out because this was all still connected. So that means I can't tighten it up either. That kind of sucks. I'm surprised that haven't fallen out then. I'll come back to that bit. Innermost one. Might be able to fashion something from a servo. Possibly. If I can find some servo brasses. Shouldn't laugh at that. Youngsters in the house, ignore that comment. Right, now to get into the nuts of it. Left something right, or probably built in bulk by different people. Mine are both metal. Yeah, it could be. Fixing the front C-hub, or whatever you want to call it, and now about to get in and try and sort out the bulkhead because it's gone in there somewhere. It's gone under there. So I've got to get in here and undo all this. I've never worked on these before, so this could be fun. Remember where all the screws go as well. Hoping these are all the same size. They are. Makes life a little bit easier. Ooh. We need to turn it around a bit so you guys can actually see what's going on, don't I? What's the Black Friday discount on this stream if I watch it from work? You get to see me. People, Dave don't think we'll spin off an Armour 3S. People, Dave don't think we'll spin off an Armour 3S when you go up to 4 or 6S. I've never had one spin off. I'm not saying they don't, but I've not had one spin off, and I've not seen anyone else have them spin off, but I'm not saying they don't spin off. Hi Dave, what is the Black Friday discount on the stream? I watch it. I mean, anyone else on this stream? Okay, yeah, I remember. Well, ask anyone else on the stream. A few other people on here have jacked their cars up to 4S on the Big Rock. I think Seb did 4S, didn't you, Seb? I don't know whether you've ever had. I'm not saying that people don't. Every car is different. Just proven here. This car's got plastic knuckle on there and a metal knuckle on here, and it's missing bits off of here. So every car is different. I'm just, all I've said is I've got all the 3S cars apart from the Vortex and the latest ones, and never had a wheel nut fall off. Don't matter what I've done to it. Even when we were running the Big Rock 6S with the stock wheels, never had a wheel come off. Yeah, some that I Loctite them on. X-Max I've put Loctite on once, and once you've done it once, it pretty much helps it anyway. Yeah, I'm just about to look at that and probably unplug them before I was about to snip the little cable tie here and then unplug it rather than pulling it. Just got the Crane 6V5 with the bash bar. Would you recommend some upgrades? I normally upgrade when I break things, but if you're going straight off the bat, definitely upgrade the hinge pins. Probably to the M2C hinge pin setup. You definitely want stronger hinge pins because you will bend. Depending on how hard you're jumping it, the hinge pins do bend. And the M2C rear tower brace, I find is a godsend as well, which is, you can see it, which is this bit here. I just find that it really helps give extra support to this rear shock tower. That's okay. I like to be messed with. You making not work on my MT10. It looks it's interesting. Never worked on one before. I remember when I first worked on the armoured cars, it was interesting. When I first worked on the X-Max, it was interesting. The more you work on them, the more you get used to them. You can almost do it. I mean, an armoured car I can do almost with my eyes closed now to a certain degree. Apart from where they lock tight or don't lock tight. Come on. Don't want to snip the wire. All my fingers. Gotcha. Oh, that's bent. Oh, I've done the wrong one as well. Look at that. That's the one we want. Right. So, we've disconnected from there. We still need to take that part of the screw out there and hope the screw we picked up on site is the same screw that came out. Which is it or isn't it? Looks to be. Looks to be the same. That's handy. We did find the screw. Evening, Dennis. How are you? Thank you for loving the vids. Body done. Disc checks. Wires rerouted. ISB ready for its first rule. Well done, Zaz. Bet you can't wait, mate. Thinking about getting the MT8 out. I mean, if you're in the States, you'll get the MT8 before us, which really sucks, but there it is. It does, on paper, it looks like it's going to be an absolute killer for the price as well. Just change the plug. Take that, I mean, if it's got the Dean's or T-plug on it, whatever you want to call, then just take it off. I've took it off of this. Because this comes with Dean's and nothing, no 8th scale car should come with Dean's. Haven't been used in I don't know how long. West Texas Greg, evening. You San Antonio, Austin. I grabbed a 1.8 EXB Kraton during the sale. You run the Max 6 1100, believe. We were running an 1100 in one of them. In Jack's one, he put the 1100 with the Max 6. We're no longer running that though. It's too heavy. It's far too heavy for the car to do any real serious jumps. Our main one, i.e. my one, we run a Max 6 1650 on 6S and it is more than enough. We could run it 8S, just never had the need to. The 1650 does handle 8S. We run it in the speed cars on 8S, although it's only rated to 6 and it handles it fine. But 1650 on a Max 6, 21 tooth pinion, you're going to go as fast as you need to go. You really are. It's got all the power in the world. I'm a 3S shocks and MT10 like him. Wow, that's interesting. I haven't even, actually I should measure what these shock shafts are. I think they're probably 3mm as well, because yeah, we're now running on that rig down there, which was Jack's. That's the Krahave EXB. That was the one that had the 1100 kV in it. It was too much for the Kraton. So we changed the chassis to a Mojave chassis, M2C. It was still too much for that. It was too heavy. It was just breaking stuff with the extra weight of running 8S packs in it, plus that heavy motor. It was just too heavy. We bent the motor mount twice. So now we've dropped it down. We've got an 1250 kV Spectrum motor in there, which is lighter. And again, even with those 8S packs, it's still a bit too heavy. In my opinion. Jack likes it, that's the main thing. Puts a smile on his face, but we're always fighting on repairs on that one versus the other one. No, just make your own Y harness for it. Either do an adapter Y harness, or because even when a Max You know, even when you get the Max 6s and things like that come out the box, they only come with your 2 wires like that, and then you just make your own wire harness. You just put your connector on, and harness between the two. And your serial wire going from one positive over here, or positive over here I should say, to negative over there, negative back out, positive in, negative across, positive back out. So that's what you need to do. Or, push comes to shove, make your own wire adapter. Love it. Okay, very nice. Yeah, it's been raining here as well, Zoz. XLX2. I think XLX2 is just too much for 8S. For the 1/8. It's fine for the big 1/5, but I think it's too much. You need to keep bashers as light as possible, really, ideally. Start adding too much weight to them and they just break far too easy. So this is the bit that's gone, snapped off the ears here. So somehow I've got to learn how to get into that. Looks fairly similar, now they're in there, to an armour setup. So we've got the hinge pins going in front and rear, shock tower coming off the top of it, bumper hanging off of that, and it is a full diff out bulkhead jobby as well. Okay, doesn't look too scary. Looks fairly similar to an armour setup. It's got to come off anyway, so you can't light. Glad I unplugged that. And whilst I'm still learning, I will just pop these screws back in on here where they came out of, so that I don't forget where they go. Bish bosh bash. Sure, these have protectors on them. Obviously lost those, Callum. I'm sure they had little things that went up and protecting them. Maybe it didn't, but I could have sworn it did have. Or maybe that's on the rear. No. I could have sworn that had little protectors on the front. Excuse me. Evening, Richard. How are you? How's Berlin? I reckon the Mamba X18 version is going to make the SMT10 do backflips on 4S. Probably will, you know, Endros. Dean's plug in the system is like nipping. I just don't understand why people still use them. Associated seem to love them because the DR10 came with the Deans as well. This came with the Deans, and even put it on MT8. It's ridiculous. Matt Harris, evening. How are you? Good job, them boys. Have a great dad, do all the hard work. But the problem is the cars get kept here. There's no space over at their mum's really to keep them. So, ergo, if they're left here, if I don't fix them, they don't get fixed. And I don't mind it, in all honesty. It keeps me busy, gives me something to do. and it means I can do a live stream. I'll save most of the repairs to the live stream and chat to you guys at the same time. Do you think you would ever dirt track race the Techno Truggy? I'd love to. There's a track near us which I need to get to. It's just whether they're going to be serious. I just want to go and have fun. Whether we actually technically ever get to race. I think it's just a bit too. Racing can be a bit too serious. We just like to go have a laugh and bash at our own pace, if that makes sense. So we can go out, socialise, have a chat, and then go, oh, let's go and bash some cars. And let's go and sit down and chat for 20 minutes. Let's go and bash some more cars. "22 subscribers. Keep going more. These because I had 1 subscriber once. That's what I thought it had, toe eyes. But that seems to have lost them. So I had things that flipped up here, but we seem to have lost both of ours. Because you could flip them up in front of here or they hung down, but it would appear we've lost ours. Never mind. Right, let's progress. Hinge pins. Nice to see that they sit in like the race cars, really, although these aren't adjustable. Sit in nice little plastic housings there, derived from race cars rather than just going straight into the metal. You can see the racing side of bit of a bent hinge pin there. I'm not overly surprised at the abuse this has taken. Ooh. It's like 2.5, either that or the screw's gone. .5 at the back. I think we remember that. WL Toys does come with dings as well, doesn't it? Yes. Because I've just got myself a new battery for our WL Toys. Well, I say just got it. I've had it about a month. Just haven't been able to get out there and run the 1240 17 or whatever it is on 3S yet. Need to get that done. And some race cars get really angry if you wreck and don't turn marshal fast enough. Someone getting angry isn't fun at all. No, it's not. And we did go to one. It was a great track and everything, but we just couldn't do what, we wanted to have friendly races, but they were just, it was an open day and they were just lapping all the time, trying to improve their times and their times and their times. And we got told you can't stop on the start-finish straight and have a race because you're getting our way. It's like, well, that's what we want to do. We want to line up and have a race with each other. But we weren't allowed to do it, so it just got a bit annoying. It's nice, still unpacking, Lowell. Send you some photos soon. I hope you and the boys are good. Yep, good. It's good to hear from you, Richard. And make sure you get back over here. We need to go bashing again. I hope you're settling well as well. Oh, excuse me. Guru RC, evening, how are you? Have I I've missed anyone coming in. Gaffer68, I've missed you coming in as well, I think. You've got to change the steering servo. Which one are you going for? What car's that in? What car have you got to change the steering servo? Vincent Turtle. I am working on the team associated MT10, yes. Doesn't look too bad in there. It's all metal gears, it's good. Right. Let's get this off here. Jack Lee's trying to FaceTime me, and then probably remembered, oh, he's live stream, even though he's been in the live stream already. And I'm concentrating because I've not done this job before, so I'll try and read the comments as best I can, but at the same time I need to concentrate on this because I've not done this on one of these cars before. It does look fairly similar to a Armour the way it comes apart though, which is good news. And they even marked this up for the dummies as well, look. F for front. You would have thought they put an R on there for rear, but it's B for back. Well, there's any, oh, there is a difference. I think these bits are the same though. Yeah, the diff covers are the same. The actual bulkhead is different. No. Goes there. Hinge pins are a little bit bent again. Straighten it up though with it, screwing it in. Sounds like a setup day they called an open. No, it was an open day, but just they turned up and just decided that's what they were going to do. It's definitely an open. The only option was race days and open days. At least they fixed the W toys. Everyone should have waited. What have they? What on the new one? The 124017. MT10. I've got a cheap one from Banggood. What, you got the MT10 from Banggood? Got X-Max. The steering sounds like it's crackling. What do you think it could be? It could be the servo. It comes with plastic servo gears, so it could well be the servo that's or lost a gear, lost a tooth on the gearing. That's the only cracking I've ever would suggest is the servo. In which case you can either replace the servo. Don't ask me which one because we're still running stock and I don't know. Other than that, you can buy a metal gear replacement for it. 2,400 subject. You're going well, Zoz. There's a flashlight test channel. From that hobby changed to RC. Nice. Do you need a fast servo for drag racing? No, I don't think you need a fast servo for drag racing at all because you don't really do much steering. We're still running the stock servo that came with the car. Do your diff oil while you're in there too. Oh, don't tell me that. What diff oil goes in it though? Drivetrain on the MT10 is very X-Max though. Actually, I haven't looked at the drive. Actually, I haven't even looked at that. Oh, yeah. Metal shaft. Suppose you undo that. See the shaft, take it out, yeah. It is, isn't it? Racers don't have time to test setups on race day. Oh no, they don't. It'd just be nice to take it in turns, but they didn't want to do that. As soon as one came off, another one went on, and they were just there all day. So we got a bit fed up and left in the end. It was a waste of money and a waste of a long drive. Yeah, Craig, that's an awesome. That does look like an awesome servo if that's the ludicrous one. Bang, not second, know your choice. Asking Martin Miles, one day you might change your mind, but I doubt it. Evening, Alex, how are you? It says 6,000. It doesn't take 600,000. Is that what that says? 60,000 in the front. Oh, I've got some 50 here. Speaking of drag racing, the thing here now is no wheelie bar racing. I videoed a guy running SUV2S with no wheelie bar the other day. Some of those cars are stupid quick. Wow. Yeah, it's always evolving, isn't it? Yeah, and that's what just put us off. You know, I'd like to do some racing, but I wouldn't be able to just have fun at it as well. I'm not too bad. I've been a bit poorly beginning of this week, but feeling a bit better now. The boys are good, thank you. The Callum's getting back into his football a bit now. It's all started off again, which is a bit depressing for me, but there you go. It is what it is. Also, when I pop these off, I won't be able to pop them off, won't I? Sway by links. Here's one. Mr. Gary will know what diff oils go in here. Or if you think it's worth me doing the diff oils. What diff oil did you put in yours, Gary? Pop it off the bottom then. That probably means doing the back as well, doesn't it? And I don't really want to do that. It's called Sod's Law. Fact around putting that back in, it just falls out again. Right. Shock tower off. No, you don't. Hopefully that then all comes out of there. Nice and easy peasy. Got the pin to get off now. I'm packing mine with all-purpose grease from the AutoZone. It's working so far. You should have titled it 100% off to watch. To watch what? I'd already cold for 2 weeks, but I finally turned a corner and feeling better. Sure it wasn't the Rona? I thickened a bit from stock and filled them. Filling as usual is the main thing. Do I really need to do that? I really don't want to do that. I can't be bothered to do it, to be honest with you. Ooh, this is interesting. It's not there. Oh, it's in there. Oh, it's not that size either. Well, that's very interesting. This could be annoying. That's a 1.5. We'll use my new 1.5 here then. Oh, here we're going. Because that 1.5 on there is a bit old. Bearing out. Old bulkhead gone. Oh no, that goes on the wheel. Had me worried for a bit. I almost argue that's a better setup than the armour rigs, because it pulls it tight so there's no slop. Ah! Make sure you don't have that near the spinny bit when you tighten it back up. I put 20mm in the centre diff crate and I still don't seem to do the job. Really? Depends what you're trying to do, Vince. Hi Toby, how are you? That's what they say, use 60k in the front, 3 in the rear. Wow. I put 30 in the rear and 20 in the front. Yeah, normally the front's thicker than the rear, but 3,000 in the rear is very thin. I just got a server off of Amazon, 47 kilo. I'm putting it in now. I hope it's any good. As long as it fits, it should be good. Well, you never know. As I said, Jack managed to kill one of these. But you can see the bottom of that. That's a hard, big landing from concrete. Force the motor out the bottom of the servo. The gun you're using looks like a huge hammer drill. What, this? No, it's a little cordless drill. Not hammer, no hammer action on it. It's a cord driver. What New Year's RC resolutions does everyone have? I want to start doing a bit of club racing. Not club racing. It's just too serious for us. But I want to build my workshop out the back. And yeah, just get more RCs. I'm back, been gone for a while. Hello, Seb. You're not working tonight? I reckon the metal case servo is worse than plastic case. Same principle as a metal chassis, gives the electrics a massive shock. Yeah, potentially, but he did also manage to, whether you can see that, bend the actual servo mount as well. Whether you can see that. That's bent the same end that landed on, but there was no, it was basically a tiny little rubber bits that go over the top here. There was no real damping on it at all. So I've bought these to give it some rubber damping when I fit the new one when it arrives. No, and it come down onto concrete as well. That never helps. In fact, it was on the live stream a couple of weeks ago that you saw. I've been working, been off all week, been really... Oh, sorry to hear that. Seb, you okay now, buddy? You haven't had the Rona or something, have you? MT410 for 350, really tempted. That is a good price for an MT410. Who's that? Hopefully it's from someone you know. I don't, but if he's still on here, if you go to Me Him's channel, don't know whether he's still on here, but Me Him is very into the WL Toys stuff. Have a chat with him. Trying to do the 100 mile an hour for under $100 challenge. He's the best person to speak to. I don't know enough about them, unfortunately. If I was to strap the GoPro to it, it would tell us how many G's it pulls. But I ain't going to do that because that's how you kill GoPros and bodies and other parts of the car. Because we've done that before. But when it slaps the concrete, that's when it gets damaged. No, I'm not going to do the diff. I can't be bothered. Because I've got to put the scorched shock standoffs on Jack's Creighton as well tonight. So, sorry guys, but can't be bothered to do that tonight. That's that. Put the old one of those back on. Bum, 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 bum. I know I'll probably regret it, but the amount we run this, it should be fine. Don't really run this enough to worry about. 1, 2, 3, 4 for there. And what do I do with those two? With those two there. Pretty sure it is. No, that's probably going there. What do they go in there? I think they go with that. Surely. No, probably not. Ah, there they are. Found them. Thought I'd lost 2 screws. Into drones in a little way. I mean, we got 2 DJI drones. I haven't done any acro flying on it. I do need to learn. I do want to learn. It's just getting the time. That's why I bought the DJI Mavic FPV, or the DJI FPV, to help me learn. But we haven't had that out for a while. Drone laws in the UK kind of suck a bit, so I can't go out flying by myself anyway. FPV, which does kind of suck. But yeah, I want to get into drones a bit more. You could put shock stickers on your car to find out. Oh, what does that do, Dan? Not had rain, I had a test and negative. Supposed to snow tonight. Supposed to snow tonight, nice. I've been given a bunch of live streams and missed lately. I thought I hadn't seen you around as much, Mast. Is there any reason for that? Time to work on your new EXP1. Which one did you get, AJ King? And welcome to the stream. Did you go for the Creighton or the Outcast? Nicole, evening, how are you? Got MTC chassis, Muckle tails and top plates, cork standoffs, centre brace, M3. Well, it sounds like it's been beefed to the... What is it? SMS, so it should be a beast. Hang on. It's all standoffs. Oh, this is all for your Creighton, is it? Well, yeah, that's going to beef up your Creighton no end. 100 likes, that'd be nice. I don't see that happening though, but it would be nice. What do you guys buy for lost or broken screws if there's a set I can buy? I tend not to buy sets because they can be lower quality vents. I tend to buy what I need, and I buy more in bulk, and I buy them from a place called ACCU, ACCU, and they will work out really, really cheap if I need a lot of screws of a certain type. You can buy sets, but I just find they tend to be lower quality. So depending on what part it is as well, depends on what part I change. If I want to beef up a certain area or a certain part, like on a Creighton, I will buy new M4 bolts for the chassis braces and things like that, and I'll buy 12.9 hardened steel. Am I okay running a hardened top plate in a Creighton? Thought I'd get carbon nice and shred. I've never had a problem with breaking a top plate, Seb, so you should be okay. Need a new big rock run video. We do. It's just the time of the year, Mikhail, unfortunately. It just sucks at the moment. It's too wet. The ground's damp. It's too cold. So we're just having a drink. And we need to find a good location for it. I don't have a record of diff fluids on the MT10. Manual is F3K. Front 3K. Then to 100K. Or maybe I should have stiffened that up then, only 3K. It is what it is. As I said, we run it the way we run it. I can't be bothered to change anything, to be brutally honest with you. Not right now. I just want to get in, get this all put back together. And taking it apart again is only going to teach me how to put it all back together again. So the more I do it, the more I get used to it, the more if we break something out in the field, I'll be able to fix it quicker in the field rather than trying to fiddle around. Hate trying to fix things in the field which you don't know how they go. Whereas the more you work on a car, the more you learn it. more you learn it, the more you don't mind working on it. You can just sit there on a bench and pull it apart and then put it back together again. Not worry about having to separate screws differently because you know what screws go where. So that's my view anyway. I've not been unhappy with the way it's handled in the past, so if I had more time and I was feeling 100%, then maybe I'd have done it. But I'm not feeling 100% still. And I need to get feeling 100% for Sunday so we can go out bashing. Right, that's that, that's that. Put that in there like that. Pop that in there like that. That on there, that on there. Same as armours here then. I'll get that lined up. Done. M4 in first. Second M4. Tighten that up. We had a little snow, but I did see a come up on the Met Office about yellow warning for snow. Visit Turtle, thanks, you're welcome. Makes its combos a beast. Got a heat sink on now, so need to see if temps go down. Should be a good test in snow. I found they heat up faster than snow. Just chuck more snow on it then, Seb. You're not going fast enough to get enough snow in there to keep it cool. You notice it rains a lot here. Dry here always, which is a plus, but finding it challenging a located group that enjoys bashing, more fun with others. It's a lot more fun with others. Do you know anyone in Texas? There is someone that comes on the stream. Oh, where are they from? They're from... Sure, they're from... Well, I think they're from... Who is it? My memory's gone. They're from Austin, Texas, which is probably not near you. Oh, who is it? I've been talking on YouTube and I can't remember their name because my memory sucks. But yeah, they're from, they've just moved. Oh, who is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Rogue, I think it's Rogue RC. If I got it wrong, I do apologise. But yeah, he's just moved. He's just north of Austin, I think now. Is it normal for a Kraton wing to rub on the standoffs? Not really, I don't think. No. Mine don't, and you'll see in a minute because I'm about to put the Scorch standoffs on ours. Arm Insurance broker for US business, US commercial and US high-valued homeowners. I want to get an Insta360 Go too, but no. In the UK, it was about 40. It wasn't a massive deal, but it was down to 265 with three free lens covers, down from 295 to 265. So it's better than a kick in the teeth. I think it was saving about 40, 50 quid. I ordered mine this morning. Yes, I did get, yeah, those 2-3S. You got these ones, didn't you, sir? Don't use them in the Creighton, not unless you decase them out in the hard cases. So I had these two already, and I got these previously on what I thought was a fairly good deal. But when they went on at $19.99 yesterday, which, as you say, I think Martin posted it up, didn't they? Martin took the post that I sent him. Again, they went on this morning at $19.99 and sold out pretty quick, I think, because I got up late this morning. I was going to buy some more. Worked out to be about 37 quid for the pair, which is an absolute bargain. So yeah, I did get those. I got I bought 4 of the 4S ones of those as well. I've got a GoPro 10 coming, and I've got a Insta360 Go 2 coming. So yeah, Black Friday was expensive for me. $124 on their way for £35 each. If you want to laugh, look at the end prices. Yeah, I know. Don't Seb, you'll cry. It's so funny. They're selling one for the price you can get 2. They're supposed to got to shift them, haven't they? Hi Kent, how are you? Good for the infraction, yeah, on Success. I'm going to be using them for the Armour 3S cars and also the boat, because I think they'd be very good for the boat, which is why I put the Deans on them, so they can run in the Armour 3S cars. Technically, Callum could run them in his Limitless, which is Success. I could run them in my infraction, which is, again, Success. So, yeah, lots of applications for them, and the boat, because I think they do really well in the boat as well, because they're nice and big milliamp hours. I need soft case lipos, not sure why buying hard case. Because they were at 37 quid for a pair of those. Even if you didn't need them, you couldn't say no. I mean, it's bonkers price. But absolute crazy price. That's why I didn't need any more. But for 37 quid, I couldn't say no. The only problem is you've got to wait another couple of weeks before they ship them, haven't you? It's the only slightly annoying thing about it. Right, that is that. Oh, no, I'll put these 2 in yet. Because they're not shipping them until beginning of December. So, which is a little bit annoying, but I don't need them quite yet. Don't buy anything else on Black Friday. Don't think I did. Right. I think we're good to slot this. Let's pop these back on now, the sway bars. Oh, that would just drive me insane trying to pop them on when I'm back in the chassis. Come on. Come on. Stupid sway bars. Should not be that hard to click back in. Thank you. Whatever they do. Heard they do things, but never quite understood what sway bars do. Right, now, I'll work out where this goes back in here. So we've got to get the dry shaft lined up. Numero 1. Is that it? That do look like it's it. One there. Surprised this front is as strong as it is when literally 4 screws here. And 2 on the top. We've got a little bit of breakage there. No, it's just a bit of scuffing actually. And then these 2 screws on the top. Hi, 3 sons, how are you? Keeping well, buddy? There's old versions, yeah. They're old as well, aren't they? People, I mean, I'm guessing people buy them if they don't know that China Hobby Line can actually have a UK warehouse now. Yeah, it'd be okay to drive to the next match to and from bash spots. I need to get a couple of new 3S lipos for my Hyper-VS. What website is it, said? CNHL, Alex. Just type in their CNHL. They've got UK warehouse now, but they're not shipping. You can order the stuff now. Bear in mind, the price you see is for 4 lipos. So they're doing, you buy them in pairs, but you get 2 free. So all the prices are for 4 lipos. So CNHL. Smash the like and show some love. China Hobby Line, they're what all the speedrunners use. Raz, what's his name? Concept RC. All the big speedrunners use China Hobby Line packs. They were using the G2 Pluses, I think, but they've got even better ones out now. These are the race series ones. They're good for drag racing as well. Those are the ones for drag racing. 8,000 milliamp hour, 120C, 2S, 5mm banana. I'm pretty sure they're the same as the ones that come with this. But they do, Hobby Wing or Hobby King do alphas with these, which are the better cells. And I'm pretty sure they're the same cells that China Hobby Line are doing in here, but China Hobby Line are keeping the better ones for themselves. So, and they're cheaper. 2S, 2P. See you later, Dan. Thanks for coming by. Catch up soon, yeah. Hopefully get up your neck of the woods soon. There we go. Gary's put a link up for you for the China Hobby line. They've got a US warehouse as well, West Texas, Greg. They are nice batteries. Very nice batteries, in fact, Dads. No, China Hobby line and CNHL are the same. CN is China, HL is Hobby line. So they're one and the same, Seb. I could have wound you up then, couldn't I? Yeah, I always run mine on the highest setting, Gary, as well. That's another thing, Seb. Make sure your Hobby Wing ESC is set to high, not low. Otherwise, you will drop below the 3 volts. I found that out very early on running the packs with the heavy duty packs, which are similar in as much as they take there's not much voltage sale on them as well. And the way Hobby Wing word it or state it is a lot low and high. You'd think it's the other way around, but it's not. You want to set it to high. So the better packs, you set it to high. Good boy. We successfully navigated a rival MT10 front end. That's that. Oh, big screw in the front. Now, whip off the diff cover. Kept tightening back really. Quickest way to whip off the diff cover then, Gary. Oh, there, I think it's just one screw, isn't it? Not the diff cover, the spur cover. One screw by the looks of it. Is that it? Yep. Ah, pinion's loose. That could have been what the clicking noise was on the video. Which is why when I shook it about and speeded it up, it fixed itself. Pinion had come loose. Yep, great prices, and they're great packs as well, mate. They did have a, no way, also an M. Oh, tiny. How can we say small? Silly. Why do they only use M1.5? Whatever it is, don't know what it is. Small. I can goopy my load. Right, that was the problem there. Spur had come on, the pinion had come undone. Can't see teeth missing, so I think that was the clicking sound, so that's that sorted. That's the MT10. All fixed up, and I'll try and find a brass bit for that. So, that's rubbish. We move that there, we move that there, we move that there, and we move that there. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. Make sure it's not there, is it? No, nothing in there. Ooh. Oh no, that's a screw that was spare that we found. I thought I'd left a screw out. Be careful. No, well, I checked the spec from ESC and off the MT10. The LVC is set to 3. The stop. Bet that has killed some batteries. Oh, I bet it has. Although they're quite conservative, those LVCs, aren't they, in the spectrums? No, change it to high. Seb, if you're on a Max 6, change it to high. I messaged you to say check that. You did. Doesn't mean I listened, Gary, or I probably forgot. But it had come loose. Luckily, it hadn't killed it. I think we killed the car before we killed that. I had a BLX 100 that went into obviously at 3.8 volts per cell, never had to storage charge after running it. Yeah, that was the early ones, wasn't it, Dan? It's an M3 graph screw but a 1.5 head. Okay, I might change that then next time. Yeah, all ours are set to high, Seb, on our Max 6s and our Max 8s. It's always set to high. MT has oddly long pinion, so trying different gearing isn't as easy as it should be. I can't see it now. What gearing was it? Is it mod 8? Mod 0.8? I'm happy with the gearing as it is, to be honest, with the car, for what we do with it. Not a car I'm looking to mod, if that makes sense. It's just a bash car. Unless we try and see how fast we can make it go. Keep that, put it in a bag so we know what bits of what. When I'm looking for spares and I know what it's in a bag. Otherwise I'll be sitting going, what's in that bag? So I'll just keep these bits and put them in the bags with them, and I know what bits are bit, not what bits are what. Right, next up we have the Krahave EXB. Which we're going to fit these. Nice easy job for me. Should be an easy job anyway. Really loose. I'm going to take the bumpers off only because, or the mud guards off. It just makes life a little bit easier. And this car's half in bits at the moment anyway because I'm waiting for the servo. As I say, Jack killed the servo. Didn't you, Jack? If you're still on, probably not. I have full set titanium pinions from when I raced. Bloody annoying, they won't fit. Oh, that is annoying. Titanium good for pinions though, Gary. Well, I suppose it would be. It's just bendy, isn't it? We do with this. We don't bin this because we keep this as a spare standoff, believe it or not. For, I don't know, some of the other, maybe the Italian or the Notorious. Maybe when we're somewhere out, maybe someone will buy them off me because they're better than the stock ones. Titanium shock standoff, lovely. But I've already got a drill bit ready to go. And someone tell me whether I think this is 775 shock tower or not. Hope Jack wanted these fitted anyway. Like he didn't. All plastic spurs wouldn't run them with us. I know it's a cold day when you're going on your PC and watching YouTube and the cup only hits 40 degrees so. It's cold. The softest 70-75 known to man, but I think it's 70-75, but 70-75 T0, not the T6. Because M2Cs, I mean, I've not bent one of these yet, so I'm actually saying that. Jack's one's a little bit bent. Yeah, pretty soft for 775. Versus if I was to try and drill through this M2C chassis, it takes me a lot longer to drill through that. I did have the wrench out, there it is. Monkey metal. It's not unobtainium, it's common as machium, yeah. I feel like drilling through, but this is Jack's chassis, so I won't, but I do feel like, I mean, this is a good drill bit, so don't get me wrong. It is a very good drill bit, but even so, that drill's like cheese compared to when I've drilled M2C stuff before. Bum, bum, bum. Off to bed, Alex, on a Friday night? Oh, I don't know. Disgraceful behaviour. Night, buddy, take care. Armour towels feel like 70-75. I think they have supplies. I think that the Chinese factories have been stitching them up on their 775. Should I drill 775 like that? Bosh, straight through. I don't think I should. As I said, it is a good drill bit, but even so. Hey Steve-O, how are you? Because I think the Typhon TLR chassis certainly feels more 70-75 than the Armour EXB chassis did. It's a nice easy job, done in seconds job. Oh. Shock tower. Bent shock shaft. I'm not fixing that now though. got spares to put on it if we need to. Can't bother to do that now, though. I'll wait until it's worse. Well, that is pretty bad. Oh, I'll wait until it can drive no more, and then I will change it. I've got 2 sets of spares in the bash bag, so they will do. All right, front's done. Thanks, Dad. You're welcome, Jack. If it's a good bit, you're opening up an existing hole. It's true, but it just seems to go through it so easy. And I've tried drilling it before. It is a good drill bit, though. I did go out and buy good drill bits for this very purpose of drilling 70-75 stuff, because I found it a nightmare in the past. It just seems to be very easy. I'm tempted to drill one of these holes at the back in this M2C chassis and see how quick it drills, but I'd probably upset Jack if I did that, so I won't. Or the M2C chassis mount. A nice hole sitting there ready to go, but I won't if it's Jack's. Did you saw, Dave, when you lifted the rear of the XB without braces, it bends weight of the car with one finger? When you lifted the rear of the XB without braces, it bends just weight of the car with one finger. I hadn't tried that, but this is braced up to the nth degree because it's the Crahave version. So on this one, we have the M2C rear chassis brace. We've got the carbon sheath for the stock. Again, that strengthens it up more. We've got the M2C front brace there. And we've also got an M2C, and this is from the Creighton chassis for the 8th scale, another brace supporting there. And I did have to drill those holes out, and they were a nightmare to drill on the M2C chassis, but that's then sits in there nicely, 3 bolts holding that in place, just to stop this front, even on the M2C chassis, from flexing from all what we're putting this through, and bending the front drive shaft. So this car does take a bit of abuse. Wow, so I see the China Hobbyline Racing Series 8003 S2 for $39 as a Dean's plug, but I changed that. Is this legitimate? Yes, it's legitimate. It is legitimate. 2 of them, I just ordered 2 of them, $19.99 each. If they're in stock, get them, grab them. Just don't stack them. Get them, grab them, don't stack them on top of each other when you're bashing, because they tend to, hard cases tend to crack like eggs. The stock is in the UK, still putting it away and setting up warehouse. Literally, it's just open. They first thought it would be open late August. Yeah, West Tech is in Lubbock, Texas, though, so he's got the US warehouse, Gary. Ghost Venom, evening, how are you? You could check that C-scale hardness on the chassis in the shop. How do you do that, Matt? Just out of curiosity. If you want soft towers, try her by. I don't want soft towers. So, I mean, I'm not overly complaining. They're better than the stock towers, and we haven't. Some people say we don't bash hard enough, but I think you all know we do bash hard enough. But we haven't bent a shock tower on these cars yet. This one at the rear does look a little bit bent, but this car has taken some proper abuse. This rear one looks a tad bent. Yeah, just a tiny bit. Tiny wee bit. Nothing too major. Having the longer chassis on this, it does make it a lot easier to work on. Hardness Tester. Where do I get one of them from? Are they expensive? I just wouldn't mind doing it and finding out once and for all. Because everyone, you know, been debating and stating that the armour stuff isn't $7.75. I don't believe it is. It'd just be nice to know one way or another whether it is or isn't, if that makes sense. I'm just going to tell you what would come out of this one. I think this one might be bent. It's like a centre punch, then you measure the size of the dent. Okay. Off subject, what oil do you recommend to firm up the X-Max shocks? Someone did comment, and I can't remember what they recommended putting in. I believe it is on the video that we did. If you look at the comments, someone did comment about what they used to firm up the shocks. I just can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but it's on the, I'm pretty sure it's on the skate park X-Max versus Max video in the comments of that. Someone said what he put in to stiffen up his. I like ours the way, I'll be brutally honest to say, the setup we have on the X-Max, I like it the way it is, although saying that, having watched Bars and Tones X-Max with his 1100 kV Max 6 setup in there, that looks seriously fun. So I'm thinking, you know, if we blow another motor, I might swap it out and go 1100 kV Max 6. I've got the Max 6 in already, put an 1100 kV motor in there and gear it up a bit. Because the 1100 kV motor is heavy. That's the only problem with it. It is a heavy motor. There's another thing I like about this. 1 minute it's a drill. A screwdriver. The next minute it's a drill. Yeah, I've seen quite a few M2C ones fractured as well, Gary. Sometimes, I mean, saying that, I mean, Callum even managed to bend his Scorched RC titanium rear one on the Italian. So nothing's unbendable. The fact these are held up, I'm not complaining about them. We haven't bent one yet. Haven't broken one yet, haven't bent one yet. Whether this rear tower, because normally the rears that get damaged the most, whether this rear tower brace also, I presume, strengthens that all up, because it's all attached to the, it all locks into the chassis through the rear brace as well. So that probably adds some strength to it. It was 2 videos ago, I think. So, what was our last video? Our last video was, I don't know what our last video was. Wasn't the Typhon? Oh, what was our last video? I can't even remember. My memory's getting that bad, and I spent ages editing the last one. And I can't remember what it was. Oh, it's going to bug me now. I've got to go and look. Yeah, the last one was the Notty with the Gens Ace battery. So it's the one before that. I think it's RC Cars versus Abusive Skate Park or something or other. With the Max and the X Max at the front against the wall of death. Right, final one. And I'm just trying to remember the name of the person that put the comment, but you fell asleep, Emily. Sorry to hear that. You're okay? You feeling okay? So the video was only not last week's, but the week before, because we're doing 1 video a week at the moment. Unfortunately, it's all I'm getting time to do. Work, and Callum's obviously got to study because he's got his GCSEs, so I can't put on him to do any editing really at the moment. So that's about 1 video a week at the moment, I'm afraid. Oh, this one's bent, definitely. Yours is stock and no hint of a bend. There's a slight hint of a bend on this rear one, but this, you've got to remember, Jack managed to bend a PPS mount twice in this. This thing weighed an absolute ton with that 1100 kV motor in it, and on 8S, it weighed too much, which is why we've swapped it out, and I might even change it down to a 1650. I've got another 1650 kV motor to put in here. I may swap it down to 1650 and then put this 1250 kV in Callum's Limitless, because I still think this is too heavy. Trying to run it on 8S. Yeah, that one's bent. Yeah, sorry, Steve. I'm pretty sure it was that one. Just skimmed through, and it's someone commenting about X-Max shocks on there. Sorry, I can't be more helpful as to which one it is or who it is, but I'm pretty sure it's on that video because it's more recently. He says about stiffening. I do then ask him what he uses, what he recommends, or what he uses, and he does answer it. I just can't remember what he said, that's all, sorry. Not that I didn't read it, I did read it, it's just I'd come back and look at it if I decide to do it to mine, if that makes sense. Right. After this last show, why has everyone liked this video? I think a lot of people, I don't know how many people have liked it, I don't know how many people are watching it, to be honest, at the moment. Sometimes we have really busy streams, other times we don't. It depends what people are doing. If they're out and about on a Friday night, you can't really blame them for being down the pub or going to sleep or not wanting to come and see me. Is what, this one here? Yeah, a little bit. Again, I've got a spare for that. That's how it goes down. Goes down and fully recovers, so it will do for the time being. Probably need to stiffen that up because it's not rebounding that well, is it? Problem is with the Krahave chassis, it probably needs stiffening right up. Plus that side was way lower than this side. Way to set your car up, Jack. Pardon me. Five. $26.8. I think this was 28.8, wasn't it? No, this one can come down a little bit. Bingo. Hi Gates, how are you? ZRS caps with the jumping your cars do. Probably will get round to doing it today. The ones from M2C. Probably will end up running those at some stage, swapping over. Nothing wrong with it. Just changing over and putting the scorched standoffs on. This is Jack's Krahave. So I've done my Creighton, put them on my Creighton EXB. Bought a set for Jack as well. So literally just put them on. 5-minute job done. Thank you very much. Thank you, Scorched. Well, that to buy them, I didn't get to give them for free, so I was saying thank you, but thank you for bringing out a product which I think is really good. I know people have different views on it. Personally, I prefer the makeup of these. I prefer the fact that if I'm out in the field and we do, in the rare event that we do break one, I can take it off, take the bolt out, put a new bolt in, 2P bolt, and I'm off and running again for the sake of, well, depends on how many bolts you buy, but even if it's 10p, versus an M2C one, or the junk ones that come with the car now, the all-in-ones. If you break it, you've got to have a spare with you. And if you haven't got a spare with you, you've got to buy, well, you've got to buy a whole new pair anyway, which is, I think, 20 bucks for a pair. So 10 bucks a standoff versus 10p a standoff. To me, that's a no-brainer. But each their own. Oh, you found it? Okay, that's good to know, Steve. Sorry I couldn't be a bit more helpful than that, but... Yeah, I really wear the caps and... Yeah, I mean, it's just the price and the need, Gary, because if I do mine, then I've got to do this, and I've got to end up doing so many of them that it's... I might just fit them to my one, because that's the one we do the big jumps with. Joe Girding, how are you? Damn phone, low battery, have I? It's okay, Daz. I'm calling it a night now anyway, pretty much. Have a great weekend yourself. Weather's supposed to be good, so I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we get out, get to have a play, hopefully. Don't know whether I'll get any videoing done, so video might be a bit slow at the moment. I've got two in... I've got one I'm working on at the moment, which will probably be ready for Wednesday. If we get out, I'm going to do a live stream Sunday and release a video on Wednesday. Try and alternate, so do lives on Sundays, videos on Wednesdays. I've got another one to edit, which I hopefully got enough footage to make a video out of on the Creighton. And then the Typhon, just got to finish filming the Typhon, because the Typhon's almost done. Just got to finish just got to do the video edit, just got to do the video of it. So just do the pistons. Okay, I'll have a look at them. Maybe after Christmas. Got Christmas coming up. And Christmas expense, I spent enough today. But I couldn't help it. If a deal's a deal, I've got to do it. Okay, guys. Well, thank you all for coming by again. It is really appreciated. Happy Black Friday for any of you that are still shopping and looking. Happy Thanksgiving for yesterday to any American friends that are still in the stream. I'm going to call it a day because it is 10:30. It's not that late tonight, but... Oh, did you know we were about to go, Ian? I'll hang around and have a chat. How about that? As Ian's just come on. Let me go and jump on the PC. Let me get myself a fresh drink and we'll have a chat. Have a 10-minute, 15-minute chat. How about that? I do need to sit down. My side is hurting a little bit from my diverticulitis. Not that you guys want to know about that. Now I said goodnight, everyone's going to have disappeared, aren't they? What you call sod's law. Oh, that's better. That is much better. I'm good, Ian. How are you? How's Claire doing? Find my own stream now. My channel. Find my own stream. I haven't even liked myself. Look at that. Disgraceful. Didn't even like myself. Said no, but you got 10 minutes low. Yeah, ditto. I needed to sit down as well. Oh, Claire's here as well. How are you, Claire? How are you feeling? You guys worked out what we're doing Sunday yet? I've got to get out Sunday. Got to get out. Oh, someone was asking, I'm listening in the stream, but where I get my screws from. That place called Aku. So that bag of, these are what I use now for the motor mount screws for M4 18 mils. 100 of those, I think, cost me like $3.99 for 100 of them. And these are 12.9 M4 18 screws. I think they're about $3.99 for 100. Not that I'm ever going to use 100 of them, but you know, that means I've got to have 50 cars. Are all the crazy people about shopping? I've been trying to place orders for 2 hours, but PayPal and MasterCard don't work. Oh, that sucks, Marco. I have had that before where it just wouldn't load up, but I shut down the browsers and fired it back up again. It seemed to fix it. Sunday -1 here. Oh, great for bashing, -1. I need more fixing for live. I've got nothing to fix on the live stream next week. So that's another reason I've got to get out Sunday. I need to break something. Although hopefully Jack will be, Callum's got football, so he won't, but if I take Jack with me, then I'm definitely going to have something to fix on Sunday. 6S piston sets, 21.60, £60 with the caps. I might just look at the pistons then, Gary. They go on, is that the actual piston, is that the shafts or is it the caps? Because I'm a bit fed up bending, we bend the shock shafts quite often. Here's plastic part snapping weather. Yeah, forgotten what that's all about. The King? Yeah, I am back, Seb. I get long screws. I do like dremeling them to length as well. I like the sparks. Twice as much. Let me, whether I can find it. Let me see if I can find it quickly. It was about a year ago. And I'll bring it up and I'll show you on the screen. So I need to get back. And Claire will probably remember what I'm talking about. The first time Jack, Callum and I went to Sandy. Which was probably, and I bought an X-Max shortly after that, so it has to be, and I had the Mojave. So shortly after we got the Mojave, see if I can find pictures of it. Because it was redonkulous. Was it January time? Oh, here we go. See if I can share this. See if we can see this. There's the Mojave after a day at Sandy. Or that was the worst, funniest day I've had in a long time. But oh God, I did not like cleaning that. I'm glad we had the mud guards in there as well. That was absolutely caked in mud. But yeah, it was a fun day. I haven't laughed that much in a long time. And I think that's the day, yeah, that's the day Callum wore his new coat as well. So Mrs. Hardcore, or ex-Mrs. Hardcore, as I should say, RC, was less than impressed when we got home. Yeah, it did seize, Gary. The centre bearings all seized up. The motor bearings seized. Everything seized up on that. So But it was worth it. It was a fun day. They do work fantastic, yes. Claire likes a long stinky shaft, apparently. Piston and O-ring, not bent any shaft. Okay, I'm going to try because I keep bending them. I can smell it now in the mud and not. That's right, you were smelling it for days afterwards because you said that you had some on your glasses, didn't you? I'm a bit wonky here. Sorry. You can still smell it, Dave, because it's how much it stunk. To get the siphon, it's replaced with 8mm pinion gear. Gearbox is going to scream on 8S. You're putting it on 8S on your SCX6. It's going to be mental. Yeah, that was when, I'm not sure it was that day when Kev, it must have been that day, I think, when Kev took me out with the X-Max as well. And after that is when I bought the X-Max. No one likes a smelly shaft. Mud Jahava. It was horrible. And it stunk so bad. And that was when it all started. I mean, it was typical Kev to start it about it. And then Kev was messing around and Jack whizzed through the mud really fast with the Mojave, splattered Kev. Kev got some in his mouth and it was just, we were just all in absolute fits. Yeah, I mean, ours didn't do massively good, but it was a great day. Okay, Zoz, take care. See you later, buddy. Get that EXB out and have fun with it. Callum's just turned 16, and Jack is 18. Will be 19 March next year. So, yeah, I mean, Callum's, you know, he's got football again. That's all starting up again. So he's trying to do between football and coming out and playing RCs. Still loves his RCs as well, but it's like, you know, it's just weighing up the two really. And Jack is again mixes bit into going out with some friends and everything at the moment, but hopefully he'll be out this Sunday. Now he's got his own car, he likes to be able to drive around as well, so he's a bit more independent now, which is a little bit frustrating on my behalf, but no, it's good to be able to have fun with him still. Yeah, I know, it's starting to get that way, Greg, but I enjoy it while I can. You know, Cam still rings me every night, Jack less so, but just to get to a certain age where they want to do their own thing, which I get, but hopefully, as long as one of them comes at me each week, if not, I'll just go out on my own, it's not a problem. Going and blowing, yeah. Just started snowing? We've got due snow up there, are you, Claire? NB4 Pro's just left Hong Kong, can't wait to get it, but it's going to be a long week or so with the vid requests. Yeah. I've asked, I did email them, but I've not heard anything back, not heard a dicky bird back from them. No, not drinking wine. I'm pretty much teetotal these days. This is summer fruits. Robinson's summer fruits with ice cold. You can come pick me up if they don't want to. It's a long way to go, so it's 4 hours driving. Snow? I haven't been out all week, so I wouldn't know. I've been recovering. Started feeling rubbish Monday afternoon. Again, Tuesday was feeling pretty rubbish. Wednesday I was feeling really rubbish. Went to the doctor's Wednesday. Got the antibiotics Wednesday afternoon. So I started feeling a bit better yesterday, a bit better today, and hopefully a lot better tomorrow and even better Sunday. Is that what the forecast is? I don't think we're due snow here. Met Office Weather Service. Stop it, I don't want all the cookies. Go away. Go away. Reject all. Block. No, we're due rain. Due rain tomorrow. It's only it's down at 3 degrees, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, but rain, 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 rain all tomorrow. Yay! Fun. But then Sunday, weather's supposed to be good. So Sundays are fun days. Weather's good. Cold, 2 to 3 degrees. Car braking stuff, but let's get out there. Let's go and have some fun. Oh, what's that then? Weather map for Marden. I want Marden. What about for Chelmsford, Essex? Rain. Where are you? You're I'm trying to remember where you are, Claire. Oh. I'll put that in there. This is rain as well. Leeds. Where's Seb? Seb talks funny because he's in Where's Yorkshire? Yeah, it says rain there. It doesn't say anything about snow. It does say it's going to be -1 though. Oof, it's cold. Yeah, get on the Claire, get on the Claire, get on the Claire, Sebby. Get on the train, Sebby, and Auntie Claire will chauffeur you around with us. Drive them on there. Put the 3S packs in there. Drive the X-Max, tow in the other ones. Just drive the X-Max. Actually, yeah, I'm passing on the booster and flu this year. Enough jabs already. I'm jabbed out. Oh, yeah. I was trying to get my booster, but I tell you what, whoever's now taking charge of doing these boosters is a joke, because I can't get a booster until the end of the year. I know some people, everyone, I'm not going to get into the politics of vaccines, no vaccines, etc. But I'm trying to get my booster at the moment, and the earliest I can get it is December the 30th, which is a bit bloody stupid. When I did my main jabs, I could get them the following week. We don't talk funny. We talk normal. It's all the people north of the Thames that talk funny. Even over in Essex, they talk a bit funny. It's all used lot and dancing around their handbags with their white shoes on. It's probably funny. You listen to us and we talk funny, but you listen to you and you talk funny. That's the funny thing. Yeah, the last 2 vaccines I had, I felt like poo the next day. So I don't, I think the first option I've got is like the 24th of December. It's like, really? I don't want to feel poo on Christmas Day. I was on my own Christmas Day last year. So I want to try and have a Christmas Day this year with other people. Yeah, I was saying exactly the same about boosters. Graffiti, how are you? No, be brutally honest with you. I got some new diffs from Complete Bulkheads and the diffs from Jenny's RC fitted one to my car last week. I did check the oil inside the diff, it was fine, and didn't need shimming up at all. It was fine. I did put one extra shim in, but it was too tight, so I took it back out again. You're talk funny. I'll tell you what I've been watching. Excuse me. I've been watching Young Sheldon, and I love West Texas accent. Love it in Young Sheldon. Absolutely love it. I've not noticed it. I've been to West Texas a few times. I've never really noticed it as much as I do when I'm watching Young Sheldon. Oh yeah, if you felt how I felt, Craig, that was not good news. The new car, yeah, I mean, it was literally the first batch. My Kraton EXB was, I ordered it and I got the very first batch, and even though I did the mod that Armour recommended, which was put the 3 star plates in, or I know, I didn't put 3 star plates in. I did the mod. I got the LSD plates and I put them in, which was what Armour recommended, because the USA are all known about. We're all getting the issue first, so I did that, but they still blew the rear diff. And what I believe were the 2 issues. One was a shim issue, and the other issue was the diff cases themselves. Some were concaved, so I think the shim issue was exasperated by some of the diff cases, not the bulkheads, the diff cases being concaved on the inside. Mine was concaved, which caused it to blow out anyway and rip the back off the sun gear. Got the bits out there still, I could show you. Been watching the Young Rock, very funny. I haven't watched the Young Rock yet. Is that the like Young Sheldon, but about the Rock? Oh yes. Oh, that does look funny actually. Is that on Sky or something? I forgot where that was. I saw that advertised a lot. I don't watch much mainstream TV. I did see that advertised a lot. I can't remember where. Yeah, let me go and get one sec. Just so that. Just so Greg can see. So what happened to mine? This is over a year ago now. I've not had any issues since, apart from when we've jumped and cracked the diff bulkhead, which has caused everything to come loose, and then yeah, we've torn some gears up that way. But that was the back. You can see that, can you? Is it going to focus? Focus. It's not going to focus on it though, is it? They put me live stream, it doesn't like to focus on stuff. But it's torn off all the lugs off the back of here. And then this is actually bent. You probably can't see it here, but this is bent. It's concaved, and it tore off part of these little tabs that were supposed to sit in the lugs on there, and it tore all those off because it wasn't sitting snug because of the concaved where it sits against the diff case. It was concaved, so it was going in. Okay, I'll be able to download that then, allegedly. I love Young Sheldon's mum's accent. Absolutely love it. Adrian just got his X-Max kits in, has he? I don't know though, Seb. He's just adding weight. I like the X-Max as it is. How much are they? Jan 2020, my wife thought I was going to the jab. Literally, it is just but a scratch. It knocked me. The first one knocked me out for a day. The second one knocked me out, not as bad, but yeah, the second day I still felt bad. The EXP diff gaskets are made of butter. They break too easy. I've not broken a gasket yet, Seb. Just have to be careful, mate. I'm gonna just make some aluminium cases for the XP disc. Yeah, how much are they? I did like them on. I did like the normal ones. Are they out yet though? Have a look. I don't think they're out yet, though, are they? I did see that they were coming. I haven't had a problem with the main ones. As I said, I've really not had a problem since the first one, and the only other time I've blown one is where we've cracked a bulkhead open. And then you try and drive off and it strips the gear straight away. So they do a fast track one, but ugh. No, they're not listed yet. Just check it's got enough diff oil in it and make sure it's shimmed nice, but we will get a launch just. It's not me, it's the boys. I just say send it as high as you can. Need to tear it apart and then look before running. Oh, thank you. That's okay. This one monograms at the moment. They're bringing out so many new parts that don't need changing. Today they just come out with armour centre diff spurs. Never had issues with stock. Armour centre diff spurs? Oh, you mean the actual spur gear? Is it a 50 tooth one still? Never had a problem with those either. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like the X-Max front bulkhead in 775. Why? It's adding so much weight. And it's the same with that armour motor mount. It's all enclosed. Why? Adding weight again. Evening, Adrian. How are you? Same price as normal. Model Sport listed them, but not sure. I couldn't see them listed, Seb. Just had a look. Couldn't see them listed on the Model Sport 6S Creighton EXB spares. Let me roll the chassis, optional parts. I like, if they're the same as the other ones, I like them because you can open up both sides. Not even listed on the armour site. I had heard they were doing them and I did see that they were coming out, but not listed on the armour site either. Have you got a part number, Seb? Not listed on any of the, not even listed on the Talion EXP one. See you later, Craig. Take care. 12-hour days tomorrow. Oof, so I feel for you, mate. Take care. Like the video today on the servo. Very good. You got a new Mini Q? I showed Mini Z. Nice. I need to get me a Mini Z. I need to get up to Redfin to see what they've got in there for Mini Zs. Yeah, I was about to say, if they make different sizes, because you can get a 46 and a 50, and that's it. This is private messaging me. But, what is there? Why they're not listing, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Why they're not listing that with, why it's been so secret squirrel? It's not even on the Armour site, under their spares. It doesn't come up with that part number on the Armour site either. But it is as I expected. Yeah, you can open the front and the rear, can't you? Which I do like. Yeah, it doesn't come up on the Armour site at all. I like the fact you can open both sides of it, so if you do forget to put the bearing on, you don't have to take everything out. You can take the one side off of it. I do like that. And you don't have to faff around with that stupid grub screw going in and out and all that sort of stuff. So I do like that side of it. But yeah, on the spur gears, if they make other sizes other than 46 and 50, then it kind of makes sense. But Radical RC bash bars are worthy addition. Yep, they're good. Can he ship? He can ship. He ships worldwide. Dean's a good guy, so check him out. Know him quite well. We've got one on our Italian, so yeah. All good here, Dave. Took my first CPC course as an instructor yesterday and loved it. Got some great feedback. That's good. That's on a CPC, that motorbike. Touching, I'm guessing. Am I being silly? Am I being offensive by doing that? I'm going to Google it now. Truck or bus driver. Nice. Everything you need to know about certificate of professional competence. I knew it was something to do with driving. There you go. It wasn't a million miles away. Nice, Adrian, because we 100% need more HV3 drivers. I knew I'd heard of it, and it was on listening to LBC where they talked about it. There you go. All I've bought this week is mug grappler tyres and G-made bead locks in white. That for the crawlers, I'm guessing, Griffey. Which motor is faster than the X-Mac? Which motor is faster in the X-Mac, 6S or 8S? Daniel McDonald, evening. Are you talking, which motor are you talking about? You're talking about the Traxxas ones, in which case the 6S motors are really old ones. Kev runs 6S motor, but he runs it on 8S. If you can still get hold of the 6S motors. That's if you're talking stock Traxxas ones. Did you see how much Rich Doof Bash X-Max split in half where the MTC metal brace support was? X-Max doesn't need that much metal. Yeah, again, adding weight. And he was sending it, I'll give him that. But I've seen a couple of X-Maxes do that, but normally after a lot of wear. We've never done that to our X-Max yet. And I'm wondering if it is that extra weight that's been added to it. The problem with the X-Max is you start adding weight, you know, it is plastic. And plastic's great, it's fantastic, but you start adding too much weight and plastic fails. So you start chasing your tail. That's why, personally, the few mods we've done to the X-Max are just strengthening some weak spots that we know about, but haven't really added any weight whatsoever. DTIC put all the stress into a single point and you could see it was a bad concept, yeah. This may be my new RC. What are you getting? Very nice, Emily. Very nice indeed. The WRX TT02 24-hour Nürburgring. Very nice. Do like that body. Do like that body a lot. It's very nice, Emily. Back from coffee, Zoz. That was a quick coffee. I love MGC. I just don't think you need to be putting metal on an X-Max. Yeah, totally agree, Ian. You know, a few mods and it's just X-Max is killer. And then people start complaining, oh, I broke this and I broke that, and the X-Max isn't that durable, the X-Max isn't that tough. So, because you stuck a load of metal on it and you put bigger wheels on it and you put heavier motors in it and you did this and you did that, and you wonder why it breaks. Okay, do see the success, but you have to buy them at full price. Yeah, Kev, I think, and Claire will correct me, or Ian will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that Kev still runs a 6S motor, but he runs it on 8S. And I think he runs a lower, I can't remember what gearing he runs though. Mr. Claire's RC, money in bling needed or not? Plastic chassis metal brace don't make sense. The idea of plastic flex so don't break. Yeah, I love the X-Max. And it's cheap to fix as well. Yeah, I'm the same, Claire. Ian, rather. Keep calling you Claire. Minor upgrades to the X-Max, and it's just fun to drive. No, the way the plastic flexes and the metal braces won't. Yeah, that's true as well, Addicted. I have 50 minutes break for the 12 hours. Oof. You've been gone for 50 minutes? Really? That time flew quick. I think they've literally just made the brace and the motor mount at the moment, but what else did someone say they were making? Something else. Oh, what was it? My memory's going again. Was it hubs? No, it wasn't hubs. Because Mitch said they were working on something, didn't he? At the end of his video. Not Mitch, Rich said he was working on something at the end of his video. 73, really? Wow. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Kev's on 6S motor with 8S and no fans. Just a bigger motor kit in and the brace. Now they're making more stuff though, like centre. That's right, they're doing a centre shaft mod, aren't they? I think. Oh no, Rich had a centre shaft mod, but again, it wasn't flexible. So he was looking to get a flexible. It did look like a nice design, but if you made that out of TPU, where you had the bearings at either end, and it could still flex to a certain degree, so you get that support. That looked like it could be an overall good design made of TPU rather look like someone had made it of Ali, which again doesn't flex. Steve O, good night, buddy. Take care. Thank you for coming by. X-Max getting cold now though. X-Max about 10 o'clock. We'll see. We want to get back to that skate bowl, the triple skate bowl, and have someone take a fully beef-caked up Outcast 8S, and we'll take the X-Max and we'll see who's lasts the longest. I know who I'd be putting my money on even in this cold weather. Love you too, Steve-O. I've got the two-piece in mine. I've got the two-piece in mine as well. But the design that obviously he had was, I think it was still the stock centre shaft, but with bearings either side, so that it supported it in two places. Obviously no flex in the middle of the actual centre shaft. But I know at the same time Ian had a problem with his split centre shaft one, and it broke at the ends, didn't it? Ian was one that got me stuck on 2050 gearing. Yeah, we've just gone to 2150. And I've got a 22 that I could put on it. Okay, yeah. It looked like a good design, as I said, but it needs to be flexible. I mean, Rich Dukebash said it needed to be flexible. So I think if you printed that out TPU, it might well work. You've just got a block that the shaft goes through with bearings in it, not M2C. They've been out for ages, they're crap. Okay. It's probably because they don't flex. Ooh, a sensor. Yeah, it would bring tears to your eyes. Yeah, we've just gone 2150, Seb. Just for a little bit more power. And I might switch it up to a 2250. Ours did get, when our ESC fan broke, it did get a little bit, or jammed up, it did get a little bit toasty in the woods on 2050 on the Max 6. Enjoy the stream information and waffle. Have a wonderful weekend. All be safe in the snow and get those RCs out for some snow bash. Will too, Greg. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for being involved, and thank you for chatting as much as you had and commenting. It's really, really appreciated. So live every Friday. Trying to get a live stream done on a Sunday as well, live action, but always on a Friday night. So feel free to pop by. It's been great having you here. Take care from Lubbock, Texas. Call me a total noob, but I really don't get the gearing side of this hobby. It's probably so simple too. What do you not get, Adrian? We'll see if we can help you. Yeah, we've got the strapped up tyres because I've fed up with blowing out the other ones. Which tyres have you got now, Seb? Have you not had any issues with yours now? Have you got yourself a good set of tyres? Or foams? I prefer to have non-strapped up. Different two sizes and what does what. You're talking about the number of teeth rather than the different mods, where you've got mod 1, mod 1.8, mod 1.5, mod 0.8, mod 0.6. Presumably you're not talking about the mods, you're talking about the actual, like if someone says a 50-tooth pinion, 20-tooth pinion to a 52 spur. Seb's put it quite, adequately. Bigger spur gear, more torque, less speed. Bigger pinion, more speed, less torque. And obviously the opposite, you go the other way. The bigger cars run mod 1 gearing, small, so like the X-Max, the Craytons, the all the Armour 1/8 scale stuff, and even the Armour 1/5 scale runs mod 1 gearing. The 1/10 scale stuff runs mod 0.8 gearing, so there's more teeth. The teeth are actually smaller, if that makes sense. Anyway, I won't confuse you with all that. It's to do with the pitch, so, but we won't bore you with that. The difference in, so the smaller the spur, the smaller the pinion, which is the one that goes on the motor, the slower you're going to go, but the more torque you'll have, so more acceleration you'll have, but you'll have a low top end. If you make this pinion bigger, you'll slow down your acceleration, but you'll have a higher top end. Normally it's the pinion that you change rather than the spur, But again, if you do the opposite, so if you make the spur smaller, then you get a fast, higher top speed, but a lower acceleration. If you make the spur bigger, you get faster acceleration and lower top speed. But it's normally the pinion you're changing. And as you gear up, you're putting more strain on the motor, so you generate more heat. I'd keep, well, say keep on, could become collectible, that Griffey. It's strange, but the foams that come on trucks last longer than ones you buy separately. They go soft but don't die as much, so touch wood. I've got 8 new tyres for my birthday, so not bought any for ages. Our one stock ones blew up within 5 runs though, and then I bought some more and they blew up within 3 runs. So yeah, I mean, you could say that the ones that came in the packets lasted less than the ones that came on the truck, but this may or may not help you. This is what I use for calculating speeds when I'm trying to work out how fast the car will go for speed running, etc. May help you. I know it's simple, just never had to explain. Now I get it, thanks. Okay. Yeah, so for example, a stock Creighton comes with like a 13-tooth pinion and a 50-tooth spur. If you increase that pinion up to 15 teeth, you're going to make it go faster, but you generate more heat. Creighton EXB on a 1650 Max 6 combo, best gearing is between 19 to 21 tooth on the pinion. I always wondered this: if you changed the size of the pin and the spur but kept it so you had the same amount of teeth, would you notice the difference in power? If you kept the ratio the same, so if you dropped the spur down and built the pinion up, no. If you made the pinion bigger and made the spur bigger, so you kept the ratio the same, you wouldn't notice any difference. Not sure if I should keep the 4GT as a shelf queen when it's finished. No, drive it. Just be careful if you don't want to damage the body. Just hit the biggest pin you can until it blows up, then gear it down. When I'm on the 6S armoured cars, I try and work out the gearing to 60 miles an hour using that calc. If it goes to 60 miles an hour, I know it's pretty good. I'm going to be pretty okay heat-wise. Italian came with a second pinion. That's the 20-tooth pinion on the Italian, I believe. We've been running that all the time. And we're not racing it, just bashing it. As long as you're not lapping and you're driving full out everywhere, you'll be fine on that 20-tooth. It's when you're driving hard and fast and all the time on full power and doing lots of laps and driving all over the, if you're driving around the park fast and everything, then yeah, it's going to heat up more. If you're just doing skate park bashing and things like that and doing the odd squirt of power here and there, then you'll be okay on that speed pinion. My GSF2 has 13-tooth pinion and 45-tooth spur, but then it has 2 speeds and 12% overdrive, so it gets confusing what the final drive is. I wouldn't know. I can't believe the Drift ESC I want is $219. Wow, which one's that? Addicted? Which Drift ESC are you looking at? Is that for a 1/10 scale? Are you looking at the, oh, what make is it? Category. ESCs. I've filtered that to ESC. So Accuvance. Is that an Accuvance ESC you're after by chance? Hobbywing XD10 Pro. Oh, that's the new stuff they've just brought out, isn't it? I saw they were bringing out the Drift ESCs. I don't think it's worth it though, to be honest with you, Addicted. I was looking at it and I thought, wow, that's a lot of money for what it is. It looks good, but it's a lot of money. I mean, I think the XR10 Pro is more than enough for that. I mean, we run, I've got a spare one here, we run the Toro. I think this is the 120. Yeah, TS120. We run that with a Sky RC 10.5 turn motor in it, and it does everything we need it to do. It does look good, but our motor isn't even getting warm, and we've boosted the hell out of it as well so far. It's not even getting warm. And I know the Hobbywing comes with a built-in fan, technically a built-in fan, doesn't it, into the motor. It does look nice. It's just a modified XR10 Pro basically. They've called it the XD10 for drift. And the guy I bought this off of with the motor, he's just put an XR10 Pro on his drift car as well. Or he's gone Accuvance, I can't remember. But have a look at the Accuvance stuff, because that's pretty much the best drift stuff you can get. But again, they're not cheap. Yeah, very tunable, the Toro. We think it's great ESC for the drifting. Don't know whether they're doing the XR10, XRD. The XR, what do you call it? XD10, that's right. Oh, that's right, they're doing the different colours as well, aren't they? 177 quid for the ESC over here. Versus the XR10. Stupid people. Yeah, I don't know why they're charging more for that than the XR10 Pro. Even more than the XR10 Pro Elite as well. It's like 30 quid more than the XR10, but I don't know. I don't think there's that much more in it to warrant the extra. I think it's just because it's drifting rather, and you can get the different colours, like the red, the black, and the purple. It's just a redone XR10 Pro. I'm still running all stock electronics on RMX 2.0. Oh, you got the kit? You got the ready to run one, did you? What's a good pinion gear and spur gear ratio for doing wheelies on an Armour Granite 4x4? Stock. Andrew, stock. I mean, the Granite will wheelie all day long, even on stock gearing. Yeah, he has, hasn't he? And all 8mm ones as well. Good old Adrian. Evening, Callum. I did return the XR8, yes. I mean, it cost me postage, etc., but I returned it because it wasn't going to work. Turbo said and something else is different. It could be, but it's a lot of money just for a little bit of a boost. I said that Toro is very tunable for the price. The Toro motor, very good, almost bulletproof. Even the drift place we go to said he wish he can't get hold of them, but you can still, yeah. I mean, a lot of places still sell them. He just can't sell them. He can't get hold of them to sell. He's obviously fallen out with the distributor or whatever. He said, but they're bulletproof, those motors. What they used to run on all their rentals. I can't get it to wheelie for nothing, and I have the VXL system in it. Just check your slipper. Make sure it's not too loose, because that could be what's doing it. I do have a video on how to set the slipper. Let me find it for you, unless somebody else can find it quick. It's one of my higher rated ones. It's my second highest rating video. Look at that. Get a shareable link. Check your slipper set, okay, using that. You little tea leaf. Yeah, that was him saying, I know your game. But you wouldn't do that. Adrian's too much of a nice guy anyway to be doing things like that to him. Right, I am going to call it a night now. I'm even itching to get down and seeing it all. Probably doesn't take up that much space though. Adrian's one of the nicest and best blokes in the RC game. We're lucky to have him as the UK distributor and importer of M2C. We really are. Yeah, he's a top guy. He really is. Okay, guys, I am going to call it a night. It is 20 past 11. Wow, getting late again. I want to sit down and watch an episode of Young Sheldon. Not Young Sheldon. I'm watching The Big Bang Theory because I've never really watched it. So I'm episode 2, series 2, episode 15, I think. So good night, guys. Take care. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you for all coming by. Oh, you just come back, Noah. Sorry. Thank you for all joining me again. As I said, hopefully get video. I might get a video out for Sunday. If not, it'll be Wednesday. If I can live stream Sunday, I want to try and separate rather than doing a live on Sunday and then a video also coming out on Sunday. I want to try and get the two separated out. So hopefully we get out on Sunday. I can do it live. If not, the video will go out. So okay, take care, everyone. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Bye.